Charles Jackson's cousin was taking him to his doctor's appointment. His cousin asked him did he have a cigarette. Charles had never tried any tobacco of any type. Charles was the type to make people happy. He played ball all at the high school he attended. Charles must get his physical to be able to play a sport. Charles being and loving as always. So he went and bought his cousin a pack of cigarettes. As his cousin was outside of the doctor's office, Charles said, "Can I try one of them cigarettes?" His cousin, being older than him, gave him a cigarette to try. Since that day, he asked to smoke a cigarette. Charles has been addicted to them. Charles started Charles started to try different things. Better being a teenager, he started feeling himself and he began to fail his class. Now Charles smokes a pack a day. He doesn't play no sports no more because he doesn't have the breath to play any sports. Charles noticed that his money getting spent on packs of cigarettes. He thinks about it every day. When he asked for a cigarette and his cousin gave it to him, he started to regret being curious. Charles sometimes blames his cousin for why he started smoking in the first place and didn't make nothing of himself. Charles started off with just tobacco and ended up smoking marijuana. And now he has two addictions he must support. Now Charles has grown up. Kids that live around the apartment complex, he has kids that come up to him and ask him do they have a cigarette or any type of tobacco. He says, I don't condone minor smoking. He tells the kids if you choose to smoke, just know it's a bad addiction to get rid of. Charles is now in culinary art school. Charles wanted to be a chef his whole life, but he made the wrong decisions in life where he felt he had to take a big step and get his life back on track. I just want to see the kids follow their dreams and not let the environment affect them. Charles has now got his life on track and have a wife and child to take. I am getting this speech to let families know about the teens becoming smokers. The STFS is a prevention group who keeps the teens from smoking and helping them from stop smoking. The STFS is a small group who help teens in Miami, Montgomery, Preble, and Dark counties. They also try and travel to kids who are homeless or who are growing up in children's service. It might be a small group, but they teach us how to go to interviews. They help lost kids with housing, treatment, childcare, and financial problems. The smallest group that people tend to think are wrong are not wrong. The article Cigarette Smoking Among Us states that 480,000 Americans die from cigarette smoking. 41,000 of the deaths are caused from secondhand smoke. Tobacco use is the number one cause for death in the U.S. 36.5 million U.S. adults were current smokers in 2015. So many Americans are dying and people continue to make and sell cigarettes. They are encouraging our kids and adults to smoke. Cigarettes need to be banned, or they can be at least raised to an age able to buy them. Maybe it will stop kids from wanting to smoke. 16.7% of blacks that smoke cigarettes. 16.6% of whites smoke cigarettes too. The article also states that high school blacks has a lower rate than any race that attended a high school. But in 2005 and 2015, cigarette smokers amongst blacks went down.